Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth, also known as Astro-Anarchist. I am here to deliver some musings on Scorpio season and what's been going on. And maybe I can pepper that with a little bit of what is astrology, or like why are we doing this, or why do I make these videos, or what is the point of all of this? And I think about things to say and write. I run out of time. And I do write sometimes and I throw it all. I do recordings and I throw them away. It's really like a beautiful mind, but is it beautiful? I don't know. Anyway, I'm here to talk about Scorpio season, a much misunderstood sign that everybody's a little bit fascinated by. Everyone wants to kind of understand Scorpio, if you know what I mean. But also, there's lots of people who hate Scorpio. And I think that the way Scorpio operates is sometimes just so frustrating to different types of ways of being. I have a little bit of Scorpio in me, and everyone has, by the way, everyone has Scorpio. Everyone has a house that is Scorpio. They do things scorpionically in some area of their house, of their chart. That aside, we just hit Scorpio season, I think, yesterday. And it is the 23rd as I record this, but this will be valid information for a while. We're really looking at sort of a deep, intense, when we're talking about Scorpio, it's fixed water. And when you think about like Scorpion, it's kind of got one of those skeletons. Well, it's like the skeleton contains the water. It's like a balloon animal with emotions in it. And so it's very vulnerable because that is an ectoskeleton. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, is all that's protecting it, and its entire system collapses if it's something gets beyond its armor. So instead, it if it senses danger, it strikes, and it will strike first the minute it senses danger, and it will sense danger on a liminal scale because that's what that's how emotional it is. And so it's very sensitive, and so Scorpios are very sensitive. They're very secretive. They're very, let's say, sus. They're suspicious, and I, did I just mention this, that it's in all of us. We have this principle and this energy in all of us. Some of us have it more than others. Some of us are made of it, and so it's an energy that at heart is emotional, it's passionate, it's focused, and it's precise. It was ruled by Mars, which is the planet of action, which also rules Aries. That was sort of the ancient planet ruling it, but it's now in modern astrology also known as being ruled by Pluto. And Pluto's a real humdinger of a planet. And that's a good segue into speaking about upcoming Scorpio new moon in over a week. New moons are sort of a time in eternity. The reason you said intention there is because it's the moment when the sun and the moon, there's like a moment of beginning and ending. Because it begins, it ends a cycle and begins a cycle at the same time, and there is a moment of eternal in it that whispers through time. So there, it's a very sacred time. Every new moon, and then we have beautiful uh, eclipses as well that teach us in even more profound ways about what we're doing here in this experiment. The new moon, the same time, and this happens on November 1st, it just kicks off November, is going to have an opposition between those two, uh, the ancient and the modern rulers of Scorpio. So it's the Scorpio new moon, these two ancient modern rulers that are opposing each other at the most critical degree, which is the 29th degree. in both Capricorn and Cancer, the sign of man and woman. This is like any like there's no genderization of these signs. It just is often given that. Capricorn is a sign of outward, like being in the public and looking at hierarchy, becoming a leader, becoming getting things done, being very strategic. It's kind of got that CEO vibe, which can be any gender. And it also has a sometimes maybe too focused on outward appearances, and whereas Cancer is really concerned with the home, like really concerned, which could be any gender, and very concerned with the creative container. So it is known as the sign of woman, sorry, of mother, and it really has uh it really has like this creative starting, and it's sort of aligned with the moon. So we've got this idea of like Mars in Cancer at the most critical degree, which is a very protective mama bear kind of of Mars. Too many planets I'm talking about now. So really very mama bear flavor, protective, really about safety. And like Mars is our energy, our will. And so we're all kind of feeling like concerned about that in some kind of way. And maybe it's financially, maybe it's in the family, maybe it's in our job. There's different ways to kind of look for safety, or be concerned with your creative container. But that's kind of the vibe there. And it's kind of going against Pluto's last shout. This in Scorpio season, within Scorpio season, Pluto's going to leave Capricorn, where it's been for, I believe, 18 years, for the rest of our lives. It will never be there again. And it'll ingress into Aquarius, aka the age of Aquarius. We're here. And it's a very different vibe. That's the tech vibe. So can't get too deep into that now, but really what I'm trying to say is this is a potent Scorpio season is what I'm trying to say. And actually it's really nuts in the astrology. What I mean by that is there's just a lot of relational, what we call aspects. All the planets are dancing together. They're really doing some shape. They're pulling shapes. This is like an interpretive dance you've never seen before. And so I just kind of wanted to say something. So my advice for Scorpio season is simply to trust what's happening is supposed to be happening. Watch out for your temper and watch out for the way that you express it. If you're prone to anger, you've got some big Mars in there. There's an obliteration, like is there a word? Like, obliterative kind of vibe to this because of Pluto. And Pluto's doing its last thing. But there also could be like it could do further damage, or all the damage has been done, you have rebuilt, and now you're seeing like you're moving forward into your future. That your Pluto in Capricorn work has been done and you have mastered your power. Then you won't feel this, could feel really quite like a triumph, this energy. But generally, oppositions, especially Mars and Pluto, we're kind of looking on the world stage as well. It's not typically a happy way to express energy, this opposition, and there's just lots of aspects of it that seem extreme or crisis given. So you can't ever stop, it doesn't matter. I've been doing astrology for a while, and boy, it sure helped me deal with all the things that happened this year, but it didn't help me like not have them happen. So it's more like understanding what the lesson is, and why you're doing it. So Scorpio has a lot to teach us about a relationship beyond the veil and our emotions. Spend some time, especially up into that full moon, or sorry, that new moon, where you're actually kind of letting go of something, but something is emerging. And maybe take some time to understand what those feelings are about and why you feel that way. And a great way to do that is journaling. If that's open to you, sometimes it's just sort of thinking intentionally. I've actually gotten back into meditation since I've been here, and that's really helping me a lot. Put um, a lot more understanding into that. But anyway, whatever you choose, have a blessed Scorpio season. I'll be back with another video soon. Hopefully not so meandering. And I'm gonna see about doing some Ferroscopes. So we'll try that.